What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my first ever PSA submission that I received back from GameStop. So I have submitted through PSA numerous times, probably over a couple hundred cards over the last few years, but this is the first time I've ever done directly through GameStop. I know the service was just offered, as I bumped the camera there. The service was just offered like last year sometime in the summer or fall, I want to say. I have a local GameStop, so I figured I'd take some cards there as kind of like a little test trial run just to see what it was like as far as the experience, if it was quick, easy, and painless, the turnaround times, and what they charge. Obviously, the prices just went up for their submitting. Both PSA and GameStop raised the prices, so what I paid for these was I got lucky and I got them submitted like a week before they raised the prices. So I paid about $16 per card for these, and they quoted the turnaround time about 45 days. I got these back yesterday, so I mean it was submitted and shipped out January 25th, so not quite the 45 days, but not too far beyond that, so just shy of 2 months, which honestly, considering the state of the Pokemon craze right now we're in, the bubble we're kind of in, I honestly was kind of surprised that they came back when they did. I was honestly expecting to get delayed or them hemmed up in the grading process. And as you can see here too, first ever time I've ever gotten a card come back from them that they did not grade. So we'll take a look at this. I do know what it is. I saw it when I was at the GameStop, and it kind of shocked the shit out of me, to be honest, because it kind of pissed me off too. But here we go. First card on the list that got denied was a Palkia G Level X, which they say is miscut. I'll pull this guy out so we can get a better look at Palkia here. And I don't know, you guys tell me. Does this look miscut to you? Now I know it does have some whitening on the bottom there, and would not be graded as a 10 by any means. But looking at this card, no one in their right mind would say this is a miscut card. So either I got old Jimmy on his first day over at grading, or he's legally blind, because there's no way this card is miscut. And even the guy at GameStop that was in charge of handing over the cards was like, yeah, that's some bull crap. That's ridiculous. So that's cool. So moving on to the actual grades. Also, one more thing before we get into this. So I do want to say too that the process, and I can get into it more at the end, but the process when it comes to picking up the cards and getting your cards, it can be kind of a spoiler, because if you're not careful, you can see your grades spoiled in your email or your GameStop account, or even at the counter when you go to pick them up, because they just have them loosely placed in a bag, which damn near looked like just a freaking plastic bag or evidence bag. So that was kind of surprising too, but I tried to avoid spoiling myself and looking at the grades, just kind of verifying the cards were all there and legit. So yeah, we'll start off. Nothing too crazy with this first one. I just kind of wanted to grade this just for the hell of it. I just think these old Heart Gold, Soul Silver era cards are super cool and unique, and I love Ho-Oh a lot too. So condition on this thing, I mean, it's just a basic energy. Doesn't look too crazy. I don't know if that's on the card. Yeah, that's just on the holder. No real crazy bad whitening or anything, but this guy, they gave a 7. This is one of the cards that I kind of got spoiled. And again, I just, for whatever the hell reason, whoever I had grading these cards was just having a rough go of it, or just they are not qualified for the job, because this is, again, nowhere near what I would consider or call a PSA 7. All right, next up on the list, again, this is kind of another, not really a throwaway card, but back in the day when I was in high school, I opened quite a few packs from Wizard of the Coast era and like all the old vintage WotC, old EX era, the Expedition, Aquapolis, Skyridge, all those sets, and only was ever really lucky enough to open a handful of Legendary Collection. But again, these are just super cool firework, legendary reverse foil cards from Legendary Collection. I just like how there's multiple Pokemon in here too. I'm not really expecting anything too great out of the condition on this guy. Back's pretty clean. I mean, no major whitening from what I can tell. It's probably going to be just minor scratches, which there were some scratches on the, hard to tell from this angle, but on the actual card itself. So I'm not expecting too high of a grade. Yeah, again, a 7. So not surprising, but that still kind of sucks. All right, next up. I don't really know the order these came into, but a lot of these cards are, most of these cards are primes, some stuff from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Diamond and Pearl era stuff. Those are the sets that I collected probably the most during my, not prime, but when I really got back into collecting around 2008, 2009, when I was in high school. So let's take a look at the back here. Pretty clean. No major whitening from what I can tell. Oh, okay, that's one of the Ampharos Pop Series 7 holos. I love this artwork. Pretty cool card. Got some nice swirls on it. We got, all right, PSA 9. Again, not really sure what is dinging on these cards. It may be just a little bit of centering. I mean, this may not be perfect centering. I guess it looks like it was a little more weighted towards the right there, but again, not bad. I have graded this card before in the past. Did get it in 9. Really, I have a couple of these in my collection. I'm really trying to get a 10. I'd love to get a 10 for my personal collection. I wonder if this is going to be the Kirlia from the Pop Series 7. Take a look at the back here. Bottom left, maybe some whitening that they would probably knock it for. Yep, it is the Kirlia holo from Pop Series 7. Again, really cool artwork. And we see the, here's the galaxy through that little like ray of light in the middle of the artwork there. Pretty cool. And PSA 9 again. Same thing with this card. I've graded this card a couple times in the past, trying to get a 10 as well, and just don't have the luck. Being a promo card, it's probably extremely rare to find those in a 10. Now I'm probably going to wager this is into the prime cards. The bulk of these, like I said, were the prime, the equivalent of like the Level X cards in the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era. I wasn't a big fan of these. I didn't like the super up close personal headshots of the Pokemon. Oh, Steelix, okay. Yeah, I mean, cool artwork. I don't have anything against them. They just aren't my personal preference and or cup of tea, but still really cool artwork. This is probably one of my more personal favorite of the primes. I like Steelix a lot. All right, survey says PSA 7. What the hell? PSA 7. You have got to be kidding me. Yeah, I definitely see some whitening on the corners there. But centering doesn't look bad to me by any means. I mean, it's not miscut like the Palkia was or anything bad like that, but a 7? Are you flipping kidding me? I mean, there's no scratches really that I can see on the card itself. So, I mean, let me know if you guys can see anything below in the comments what you think would be detracting this card. But that's, good lord, probably going to crack this thing because fuck that. All right, off to a great start so far. What do we have here? I mean, again, back isn't perfect. Some minor little minuscule things of whitening on the corners there. Meganium. Again, it's so hard to tell with these cards too, especially like if there's any scratches or dings on the surface or anything else like that, but I can't really tell on this lighting from this angle, but we'll see what we get. PSA 7 again. What in the world? You have got to be kidding me. What absolute jackwagon graded my cards? Again, like I know I'm being harsh, but these cards were packed fresh in sleeves and top loaders and top loader binders ever since they were pulled. Never played, never any of that kind of shit. I get cards are going to be, you know, not perfect, and you're more commonly going to get 9s, maybe 8s, but 7s is like ridiculous. Now I'm just kind of pissed, just kind of waiting to see what these get. Let me guess, Selby's probably going to get like 6 or a 7. And see, now this gets a 9. Make it make fucking sense. Make it make fucking sense. I mean, I'm happy, like, cool, it's a 9. But how do 2 out of the 3 so far, which would be in identical, pretty much condition, get 7s, and this gets a 9? Unbelievable with PSA, dude. Their inconsistency is astounding. There needs to be more strong competition in this grading industry, because it is legit a fucking scam. Yep, PSA 8 on the Kangaskhan. Cool card. This is the ultra rare version too. Yeah, a little white ding on the corner there. All right, down to the last 2. Been a fine freaking ass spanking from PSA per usual. All right, Houndoom. This is one I was really hoping on getting a good grade because I love this card. Looks pretty clean. Again, nothing that I can see that stands out as being super bad. A lot of the crud is on the case itself. Corners, damn near pretty clean. I mean, this again, super microscopic, minuscule pieces of whitening, but I know, again, that's probably going to detract you from being a 10. We got, I guess, fucking 7. Cool. And Gengar, probably the best card of the set that I submitted. Knowing my luck, the person grading this probably said, fuck it, we'll give this dude a 5. Well, centering, not that great. Definitely more top-heavy. Let's get right in the grade. And a 9. Cool. All right. Well, again, happy. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, there you have it, folks. That was my grading experience through PSA, through GameStop. Very disappointed in my grades. Some of the 7s, well, I'm disappointed in. Everything else, I guess, makes sense. But the 7s just absolutely blow my mind. 7 is ridiculous. If you want to try through GameStop to grade your cards, I sort of recommend it. Like I said, the process itself was a piece of cake. It saves you the time and hassle of having to package all your cards yourself. The only downside is I wouldn't say it's as secure going through GameStop. It's still kind of sketchy, you know, dropping your cards off at GameStop with the employees there, getting to like look through them all and do whatever it is they do with them. I don't like the idea that that once they receive the cards, they just put them in a clear plastic baggie of sorts and lock them in a cabinet. That just, to me, screams so many red flags of things that could happen and go wrong or get stolen or mismanaged or properly mishandled or improperly mishandled. But again, I'd love to know anyone's feedback that has used GameStop for grading off through PSA. Hold on to your vintage stuff. Would not recommend grading your older stuff with PSA unless it is like legitimately pristine. Otherwise, I don't really recommend sending off too much older, more vintage style stuff because they just are completely inaccurate and all over the board and very inconsistent with grading this stuff. It's just modern is what they absolutely favor the shit out of. So Hope you guys enjoyed my little angry rant, freaking tirade about grading and why it is just a absolute scam and a joke anymore. Stay tuned for more, I guess. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.